So, Audrey, on your speech, great job, really, overall. I loved how you went right into stories about Scotland, and it was interesting, and you kind of showed your passion of wanting to go there, and that showed in your body language and the way you sounded and the way you worked your voice. Really nice use of language. You use the word meander. You never hear people use that very often. So you had a really nice use of language in the speech. Pretty good eye contact all the way through, which is usually a problem at this early in the class with speeches. And it was interesting all the way through. Two things I did notice in the speech, and you may have after you've watched it as well. As a filler word, quite a little bit. It's okay to take a pause and not fill it with a word. We tend to want to take any space that we run across in a speech and put a word in there. And is or and or so or but. Those come in as filler words because we feel like there should be sound. In reality, it's okay to put in a space. So when you're not sure, take the ums out. And that space actually helps. And later on, you'll see a short clip when we talk about nonverbal, and I'm doing it while I do this. We'll have a short clip during the delivery portion, and you'll see a speech coach that I follow on YouTube has a person up that uses quite a bit. And he has her start a speech and do about 30 seconds in it. And then he has her stop and he talks to her about the ums. And then he has her start over. And every time she's about to say she's supposed to just put in a space. And so she does that and it shows it. And the speech is so much better with the ums out. So that was one thing. And the other was, and I'm not sure if it's because you were right at the edge of the max time, but your vocal rate, your speaking rate seemed a little fast at times. And it could have been nerves. It could have been that you're really pushing to try to get everything in 2 minutes. Practice slowing down a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to understand. And then also adding those little pauses in there that would help a lot. But otherwise, that was a really good speech. And I also wanted to tell you, unrelated to the grade, I showed my wife that picture of the things you brought back from Scotland and for her non-camera photography thing. And she thought, my God, that's a great idea. I can't wait to try it. So I think this weekend we're going to try something similar to what you had on one of those photo papers. And I might, if I remember, I'll bring it in so you can see it. But that's about it. If you got any questions, shoot me an email. Thanks.